the greatest foreign players of all time. She is adepted. It's Scarlett. No adepts in this matchup, Creighton.
I love that clan name. It's great. It's up there with Free Hydralisks. Oh my gosh, she's doing it. Look at that. Look at that.
You think she's doing it?
And to the bottom left-hand side in the red, grabbing that, I believe it was a 12 pool, Grant, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, yes.
From Alpha X, representing France, it is FireFoX. Now, Scarlett is, of course, on Brave Star Gaming, a very small esports club, I think kind of purpose-built specifically to compete in the Gold League Championship, that Chinese team league. And I believe, I can't remember who else is on Brave Star right now, but I know it's a really sick squad of just 3 fantastic players. In fact, let me look that up before I forget, because her teammates are players you're going to recognize, Cyan and Dream.
Yeah, really nice team.
Hurricane just left in June about a month ago. So a good team around Scarlett, and should be a good, I doubt they're like practice partners or anything, but of course she's been living in Korea for so long now. She's been honing her skills on that ladder and in that environment. And these first 6 links coming out from FireFoX shouldn't surprise her too much.
No, she's seen them now, but the benefit right now for FireFoX is FireFoX will have speed, Scarlett is playing gasless. FireFoX will also have Banelings. Scarlett will have no answer for them. If FireFoX controls this perfectly, first of all, he should be able to secure cancel on a natural. Maybe not, actually, he's going to get there too slowly, and there's already 6 lanes. He should certainly be able to exert pressure on Scarlett, though. Behind this, you can see FireFoX has less drones, but the tech option is firmly in his favor. He goes down to check there's no really quick third or anything, but he does know he's been seen. He just wants to wait for more lings to get here. He wants to wait for all of them. He wants to wait for speed and for these 2 Banelings. Now, nice Overlord scouting here from Scarlett. We'll see that there are Banelings, and Scarlett right now needs to adjust to this. She probably wants to keep the spine on the high, just kidding, ground. Is she going to have another queen soon?
Halfway.
Yeah, second one. The one in the main is a lot closer because she wants to, needs to block the ramp right now. Banelings can come in though and break down this wall in the ramp, if you would call it a wall. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And now Banelings make it into the main here, Creighton.
That's a lot of damage that could be done potentially from FireFoX. Luckily, one of the Banes not exploding on a lot of drones here.
Yeah.
And with the Queen, I think Scarlett should be able to chase this away. A little bit of lost mining time, but really not too much. You're absolutely correct, Grant. What she was hoping to do was get that Queen onto the ramp. She's going to lose the Queen. She will lose the Queen. That's a nice snipe from FireFoX. It's good damage. It's not crippling damage. But you're right. What she wanted to do there was get that second Queen out, block the ramp off. But one of her lings actually wasn't on hold position, I think, and let FireFoX in much more quickly than Scarlett had.
Unfortunately for FireFoX, he's down 5 workers already. Scarlett is now getting the creep of her own. Of course, she has a natural done. She's already mining for it. She has a spine, so any more damage is pretty minimal, if even possible. And Scarlett is now going to take the macro option, and I'd imagine we'll see a big 2 base all in from Scarlett coming up. Well, actually, probably will take a third, but I'd imagine we'll only see that for lava production because she's in such a great spot right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it was great of FireFoX to get in there, but only losing, what did he pick up? 1 Queen and 2 drones. A couple of lings going down as well. Simply not worth it. Even though the resources lost tab looks very similar, you're like 200 minerals, that's nothing, but really what you have to do when you sacrifice that many drones early is get crippling damage done. That's simply not going to happen. Scarlett is going to go ahead and go for Evolution Chamber, which means she's going to play a much slower style, getting those upgrades out, getting blink speed. And as he said, probably a 3rd base, I would imagine, at some point. But FireFoX, he's just got his pedal to the metal right now. Roach Warren going down right away.
Yeah, right now, FireFoX is at the point of he's all in beyond all in at this point. He now needs to, with this Roach Warren, kill Scarlett because he is at 18 workers to the 36. He's going to be able to produce 5 roaches maybe, and then trickle across a few more. There we go, we see 5 in the production tab. Scarlett's getting a lair. You can see already her money is so much better. She's mining twice and then some what FireFoX is mining in his in terms of minerals. She's also going to pick off a drone or 2 here just to salt into the wounds. The block is nice here for FireFoX to make sure Scarlett can't get into the main, but now FireFoX is a 1-base Zerg player. He has so much lava as well. Right now he has 9 lava that he cannot spend, and Scarlett will get +1. I think we'll be seeing a big rich timing attack coming up from her in about a minute.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe a minute, maybe. Oh yeah, I think so. Probably pretty quick. As soon as that.
The better.
as soon as that +1 finishes up. You know, it's really funny. Usually the player who's on one base, you expect to see this push with very few workers, but a much larger army supply. And obviously this time around, Scarlett's macro has just been allowed to go unchecked for long enough that she now has an army supply advantage. Her Lair Tech is about to finish up, meaning Roach speed could be on the horizon, and she sees this attack coming, so she increases the number of Roaches she's got, and I think she's just waiting for FireFoX to fall in to that deadly trap.
And I hate to be a killjoy here for anyone that is supporting from France or Canada for Mr. FireFoX, but he's supply blocked. In terms of units right now, he has 8 Roaches to the 14 of Scarlett. Scarlett also has Queens in terms of defense. She has Lings. FireFoX does not. She has everything she needs. She has +1. You're going to see the 15-second timer in just a moment. She is going to do her best to hold now against the Banelings. The Banelings could be nice, but look at the pre-split for Scarlett. There's a spine here, a second spine coming, and I'm sorry, Mr. FireFoX.
Yeah, some decent Baneling hits there on the southern flank, but look at that concave from Scarlett. An immediate GG goes down, and that is going to be it. Scarlett grabs game number 1 over FireFoX in about a 6-minute game.
6 minutes, yeah. Very, very clean there for Scarlett. She defends the pressure, even with an earlier pull herself, and is just able to suck it all in and blow him away. Absolutely. Very, very nice start. And we'll be getting into map 2 very shortly, Creighton, which is going to be Def Orla.
Yes.
Oh, I hear an invite.
Morte de... Hora de Mort, I think, is the French word for it if FireFoX is playing. That's one of my favorite little tidbits when you're casting foreign players and they link their lobbies in chat, because the link for the lobby shows up in their native language. So earlier today, of course, we saw Eis und Klom from the Germans.
Eis und Klom.
Eis und Klom.
It's just the same.
It's great. It's great. It's so fun, though. I love even the Korean ones I like, because I know just enough Korean where I can read the names of the maps. And the names of the maps in Korean are always just the transliterated English words. So it's just whatever the English name is, but spelled out in Hangul in the Korean alphabet. So I feel very smart because I can sound it out in my head and be like, oh, it's Ice and it's Ice and Chrome. Oh, cool.
That is pretty cool.
It's a little thrill. Well, let's go ahead and hop in then to game number 2, as you said, on Def Ara LE. Grant, we saw FireFoX try something crazy this game. Does he try and macro it out in game number 2?
I don't think like a 12 pool is going to work for him, and immediately we can see that's not going to be the case because he has started up a drone here. He needs to hit a timing definitely, but I'd prefer to see maybe a Ling Bane Flood or a +1 Roach timing, something along those lines in order to make this a little bit easier for him. For now though, let's introduce our players, Creighton. In the top left corner, Def Aura. He is the red Zerg player, trailing in this series, trailing in this event. He's not had a good time. Put your hands together, give him a little bit of hope, you know, Spirit Bomb style. For Alpha X's FireFoX.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand side in the blue, representing Clan Adepted, but of course from Brave Star Gaming, it is our Canadian gal. Her name is Scarlett.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the top players in the world, as we can see by the GSL currently. She did go for a group today. In second place behind Maru with Prince and... Oh no, I know this. I know this, Grant.
You can do it.
I know this. Come on,
Brave.
wait, let me think. Prince and it was Armani.
Armani, nailed it.
Going out in third and fourth place. Armani third, Prince fourth. Spoiler alert. So Scarlett having an incredible day. Now, one thing I will say is right now, Scarlett is in Korea, I believe.
Yes.
That makes it 4 in the morning. Oof. Or around that region. I don't know if the times have changed or anything like that. Scarlett going for that very safe pool placement here in this game. We are seeing pretty standard play. Hatch gas pool here for our red French pro Zerg player even, and Scarlett going for very, very similar. Both players playing pretty identically in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Yeah, very conservative traditional openings here, and that's going to favor Scarlett, I think. I mean, at this point, we can't, you know, we can play the caster game as long as you want and pretend that that these players are on even footing, but I can't think of any play style that probably wouldn't favor Scarlett. This is just a really intense, intensely unbalanced matchup, I think. But the round robin style means that every single match really matters. So it's not like Scarlett is just going to send 6 drones across the map at the beginning of the game and drink her coffee while the game goes on. She is not Naniwa in the GSL. This game matters not just because map score is incredibly important. Scarlett has already lost a one series in this tournament, so she is 4-1. But also, of course, every match is worth $100 extra in the North American region.
Oh yes.
So if you can win the match, even if FireFoX he knows he can't compete, right? He knows he can't qualify for the bracket stages. FireFoX is already mathematically eliminated. But if he could win this by some miracle, he'd walk away with $100. So it's still worth his time to play it out as best he can. Yeah,
definitely. $100 is a lot of money, and also just the pride in saying I took a map or I took a series from Scarlett. The Eligulac points. I'm all about those Eligulac points. And we can see FireFoX this game is going for what seems to be a pretty early Roach Warren. He hasn't got Evo Chamber yet. He's going to manage to get into the main here of Scarlett and get a very good scout. See the gases, see the timings, that there are none on the natural. And only 2 being mined in the main. So that's a bit of information there for FireFoX. But he's down a lot of workers. He's certainly looking like he's going to be going for a ton of aggression pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this last game, or we postulated this last game with Scarlett, where we said, okay, maybe she'll get a 3rd base and go for a big Roach timing push. It looks like that's what FireFoX may have on his mind here, as we see the 3rd base finishing up, the Roach Warren in the main, unscouted as of yet by Scarlett. And Scarlett actually, tech-wise, a little bit behind here, going for the Baneling Nest, going for the Evolution Chamber, neither of which are finished yet, and FireFoX already setting up for some speedling aggression outside of Scarlett's natural.
Yeah, we're looking like we are going to see a couple of Lings trying to get in. They're not going to find anything just yet. FireFoX has a lot of Lings on the map. He's now producing his first few Roaches, and he's taking a 3rd, but unfortunately for him, I can't see that 3rd living for a long time, as these chomping boys are going to get the cancel there for Scarlett, and she will feel very content there. She's going to get all the Lings out as well, -1 probably. Scarlett's control is just out of this world. Her sense is so good. She's going to fall all the way back, save those Lings as well, and she's in a great place.
I love watching great Zerg players, Grant. There's something about them. If you just watch the game very casually, or if you're like me and you're like playing Civilization on your main monitor and you've got StarCraft on your other monitor, then you might watch Zerg players and just think, wow, their micro is so good. They win these games on the back of their micro alone. That's all it takes to be a good Zerg player. Just learn how to micro, and you can do it. And that's absolutely a way to fail as a Zerg player. One of the reasons Scarlett always looks so good in these series is because her positioning and her map awareness are insanely good. If there's an attack coming, 9 times out of 10, she knows where it's coming from, she knows what the composition is, and she positions herself in a way that makes her, puts her in an advantageous position when that engagement finally occurs.
Yeah, she is unbelievable. Her control, of course, is completely great, but her star sense, her game sense is insane. She just knows what to make at the right time. The only negative thing I've ever said really about Scarlett is that she's very emotional, and I'm very surprised actually to see this game is going on a little bit longer. I really thought we would see a big timing attack from one of these players. Scarlett now once again continuing to roam around. She sees the 3rd, and that it is just finishing her 3rd, about halfway done. +1 on the way for both. It will be slightly ahead here for Scarlett, but I don't imagine with Roach Speed being so far behind that we'll see her massively execute on that.
Yeah, I agree completely. She's just a tiny bit behind, I think, technologically. Pardon me, her speed is a bit behind, as you said, but she's also wasted a couple minerals on this Baneling Nest and a few Banelings earlier that didn't really do a whole lot. So if there was anything to say that FireFoX might be slightly ahead, it's that he's played a pretty efficient game so far. In fact, the resources lost tab barely in FireFoX's favor, but he hasn't had to any corners to cut in this build. I think he's done his build almost exactly as he hoped, aside from losing that 3rd base to Scarlett's Ling pressure. And I think he's executing fairly accurately as to what his game plan was. So that's probably a good thing for him, and he's going to feel pretty confident about this timing push that he's setting up for.
Yeah, the main issue with this right now is that his Roach number is way lower than Scarlett's. It's 18-9. Scarlett also has +1 and +2 on the way. She's hidden these Roaches. They have not yet been seen. So we can see FireFoX is moving across with Roach Ravager, but he has no idea there's 100 Roaches waiting for him. Plus these Lings that keep running around causing havoc in his back line. And Scarlett's prepared for this. Look, she has a spine. She'll take this fight every day of the week. And with Defender's advantage, the creeping things behind her, she'll be very, very confident too.
Absolutely, and she saw this coming, as you said, from a mile away. Her Overlord spread of the map is insane. If we take a look at Scarlett's vision on that mini-map, she saw this attack coming every which way from Sunday, and now she's going to get out and chase down all the rest of the army for FireFoX. I do like that little micro from FireFoX. He sacrificed a couple Lings to slow down Scarlett just a little bit, which is really nice.
Ooh, some nice bios too, managing to connect there. But these Ravagers are not the fastest units in the world, and they are being left behind, and Scarlett looking to take some of them down on the flip side. Now, FireFoX is going to take the position at the top of the ramp, going to continue to throw down bios, but Scarlett just knows she has the numbers, she has the advantage, upgrades it even. They both have bios behind this as well. Scarlett can trade all day long, and she will do so. Army supply, even right now, but look, 9 of it is in the production tab right now for FireFoX, and that means Scarlett's going to be able to take this fight convincingly, and when the reinforcements trickle in 2 or 3 at a time, she's on top of them already with superior numbers. FireFoX might eventually push this back, but it is going to be slow, and it is going to mean a lot of dead drones and the base possibly, and behind this 6 meters already on the way for Scarlett.
Yeah, and those 6 Mutalisks are great because right now FireFoX is not saving up any minerals.
Got no money.
He's got absolutely nothing. He's using every single thing he's got to defend to push away this push from Scarlett. And once these Mutalisks hit the map, which they have, Scarlett should send them lickety-split across, and look at the main base of FireFoX. No Spore. Look at the natural base of FireFoX. No Spore. Look at the you get the idea, Grant. There's no Spores here for FireFoX. And these Mutalisks, somebody queue up Ride of the Valkyries, because these babies are coming. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Spores nowhere near even beginning. The Queens will go down if they're targeted. No, GG. Very, very quick 2-0 there.